right, my lovelies, my sugars, my dudes, lads, lulls, lilies, mountain laurels, mountain honeyflowers, moonflowers, moon lily, honeysuckles, honeysuckles. Now, we don't talk about that stuff until midnight, all right? Not when we get into that kind of stuff, all right? All right, babies, what are we doing? So, picking up more, a little bit of the documents, all right? And then body cam, maybe in this one, maybe in another one. All right. I want to see where the Hobbit is. Oh, that. Let's go. Let's go. We're on supplement number 73, baby. 73. Let's go. Let us go. All right. Let's go. Monday, the 21st of November. 8 days after the event, the FBI received an anonymous call about an unnamed person being brought into the in Lewiston, then being flown to Spokane to, that long thing. The caller told the agent that this person was supposed to have been involved in an auto accident, but the injuries were not consistent with injuries sustained in an automobile collision. Unfortunately, the caller would not give the agent the name of the person they were calling about. Well, that's always good. So why are you calling? Huh? Is this Dot? Is this Dot? Is this WSU Kim? Huh? Kim? Hey, Kim? No, that's a different person. Yeah. So why are you calling? Unbelievable. Yeah. Idaho State Police Detective Jack Schwecky contacted the Latah County Sheriff's Office, Nez Perce Sheriff's Office, and the Lewiston Police Department. Okay. No collision was reported, but a vehicle registered to a date of birth 1983 was found abandoned in a field, and later blank was found partly clothed and injured, wandering in the streets of Lewiston. Not wandering. He wasn't wandering. He was wandering in the streets. Idaho State Police. This was on November 15th, 2022, just 2 days after the unaliving. So, suspect of the month, number 7,999. Yeah, exactly. He was transported to the hospital and later life-flighted. Wow, life-flighted, okay. Wow, to the in Spokane. Detective Sergeant Mike Van Tonga Mybonga in the Netherlands. All right, that's the last name pronunciation. I'm sorry. In Dutch, contacted the trauma center or whatever, and found out that had subsequently died while in the hospital. Well, isn't that nice? So great. We have a caller calling in somebody who could possibly be involved in this crime, and then they die in the hospital. Unbelievable. Okay, let's see what else. I contacted the Spokane County Medical Examiner's Office in Spokane, Washington. I spoke with Deputy Medical Investigator, and this person advised me that they did, in fact, have the body of and a full autopsy had been performed on November 21st, 2022, 6 days after the passing. Blank told me that he had contacted this victim, this person's mother, blank, who told him that had been sober for the last 4 years, but 2 weeks ago prior to his death, he had left the house on November 8, 2022, and did not return. He was found wandering, not wandering. Master Nature, this is a good time for me to tell the garden that, me and Ashley are now hanging out on the plains of Mankato, and, the tutor for MD Jr., he telegraphed us, and said, well, your son is still an idiot and he doesn't know how to write. Okay. I hope you're doing well. Okay. Yeah, wandering the streets of Lewiston with cuts and abrasions on his torso and arms and transported to the hospital. I requested copies of the autopsy photographs so we could see what injuries this anonymous medical staff person was calling the FBI about. Blank blank requested that I send his office the request in writing. I wrote a letter of request and emailed it to his office. A copy of that memo is attached to this report. I received the requested photographs via an email from the medical examiner's office. I transferred the photographs to a CD compact disc and entered them into evidence with the Moscow Police Department. I also received a phone call from the medical examiner's office staff asking if I needed anything further. I requested they do DNA swabs of this person's body. They told me they would, but an ISP detective would have to take possession of the swabs once they were done. I contacted ISP Detective Lehman and in the ISP District 1 office. She drove over to the Spokane Medical Examiner's office and picked up the buccal swabs of DNA. Detective Lehman then drove the swabs to the Moscow Police Department, in which they were subsequently lost and then placed into evidence and then subsequently lost. Case continues. Yeah, there you go. Now, this could be a totally random event, right, guys? We always got to think about the other side of the wall. This could be a totally random event. Some poor fool gets into an accident. You know, he's in shock, wandering around the streets, right? Not wandering, right? Probably all banged up. Maybe has some internal injuries. You know, it must have been some hell of a serious car accident because he dies a few days later. Yeah. So anyway, what did they do with this DNA? What did Moscow police do with this person's DNA is the question. Who knows? There's another possible suspect, but again, it could be totally random. All right, case continues. All right, let's go on. Let's see what the next one's about. That was Tolleson. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, whoa, what do we got? Something. What is this? Oh, okay. This is the letter. This is the email. All right. This was the email received. Fine. All right. Let's move on to the next supplement. 74. Or page 225 of 556. Let's see what this one has. My. Okay. So we got that. Another interview. Summary narrative. Suspect 1, a 21-year-old white male. Chatham, New Jersey. Okay, New Jersey. Interesting. All right. Okay, this is December 4th. So let's see what this one, we can only imagine. Okay. Oh, this little gem is 9 pages long. Oh boy. Alrighty. Sunday, December 4, 2022, we got Idaho State Police Detective Gary Tolleson receiving a telephone call from Coeur d'Alene Police Department from Sergeant Shane Averett. Averett advised me that Coeur d'Alene Police Department officers had arrested date of birth 2001 for being drunk in public. Shock. I guess, well, yeah. During the arrest, he claimed to have stabbed 2 people in New Jersey and told officers he was involved in the unalivings in Moscow, Idaho. There you go. There you go. He later recanted these statements to the officers. Okay. And then what? End of report? Okay. Probably. Sergeant Averett also explained that Coeur d'Alene police have had contacts with over the last few months because they had found him living in his red van. Well, he wasn't living in New Jersey, was he? I went to Regional Communications Center North and asked Idaho State Police Detective Senior Dispatcher Mary Conrad to print a copy of Coeur d'Alene's Police Department report from the Spillman computer program. After reading the report, I asked Conrad to run his whatever. She found an old warrant hit out of Chatham Township, New Jersey. And the case number is that. We then checked the BOSS camera system for the dates of November 12th and 13th, looking for this person. His vehicle with this license plate. The vehicle is seen on camera driving Coeur d'Alene on several days prior to the unalivings and then after. But how about on the day and night of the unalivings? Not days prior or after. I telephoned, doesn't matter. How about that day and night? I telephoned Chatham Township Police Department in Jersey and spoke to Officer Nick Giordano, right, who also doubles on the Jersey Shore, okay? Just saying, you probably saw him on Jersey Shore. He told me he was familiar with this guy and had taken several reports on him. Giordano, when he's not making frozen pizza. Or wait, is that DiGiorno? I'm sorry, I'm thinking about DiGiorno. Well, that's in the Italian tongue. But anyway, said his agency had 61 reports on this guy. He described this guy as wanting to be a rapper and or TikTok star. I thought they were going to actually say Tic Tac there for a minute. In addition, they had no reports of a stabbing or unalivings in their township. Officer Giordano described the township as a small, affluent community. All right, great. Well, that makes it all better then, doesn't it? I asked him, this Officer DiGiorno, for a law enforcement contact with the local county sheriff's office. Giordano told me that the Chatham Township is in Morris County, New Jersey. I telephoned the sheriff's office and requested an agency contact. I received a telephone call from Detective Tim Palazzolo, also known as Zozo, in New Jersey, and he sometimes likes to hang out with the Jersey Devil and torment his dead mother. Anyway, excuse me, who had 13 kids. Anyway, and so Detective Palazzozo told me he is with the county fugitive unit. He reiterated that his computer check showed 61 reports on this guy. The last contact with this guy in the county was on September 7th, 2022, when this guy decided to leave the state. Several minutes later, I received a telephone call from Detective Matt. Oh, my Lord. Another Italian person. No, I don't know. Detective Matt Magnoni of the Major Crime Division of the New Jersey State Police. He also doubles on the Jersey Shore once in a while. He also told me that there were no unsolved murders in the county. Okay. I drove to the Kootenai, county jail and spoke to And he told me he did not remember ever saying that he stabbed anybody. He signed a consent form and let me take a DNA sample using a swab kit. I then had him lift his short-sleeved shirt to look at his arms and neck. No marks or scratches were visible. During our conversation, this idiot told me he had never been to Moscow, Idaho, that he had only been in Idaho a couple of months. He also told me he would say stupid shit when he had been drinking. Yeah, that's some really stupid shit to say, especially when you're in Idaho and they're trying to solve a quadruple unaliving, and you happen to say you're the one who did it. Yeah, I consider that really stupid shit. Like, beyond anything that would be stupid. Hey, you thought Idaho was bad? Okay. New Jersey, what are you doing? Yeah, too much fucking hair gel. Too much fucking hair gel and tanning. All right. Yeah, it ruins your mind when you're doing this kind of dumbass shit. Oh, plus you're drunk, of course. The conversation with this asshole was recorded with his knowledge and permission. I later transferred the recording to a compact disc. I took the swabs I obtained from him and the interview recording CD to the Moscow Police Department and placed them into evidence. Now, did you send him back to New Jersey on a warrant that he probably had? Who knows? Who knows what they did with this guy? I have no idea. So what did they do? Keep him in the county jail for a day? Let him sober up and said, bye-bye. Go back to New Jersey, okay? This for you will be incident number 62. Okay. Yeah, the case continues. Fuck off. Ridiculous. All right, let's move on. This is a beast, guys. Oh, and here's his little write-up of it. His email, communications, whatever. All right, what do we got? Oh, wait, what's this? Okay, this is a copy of the report. Fine. What else we got? Oh, this is something different. Oh, this is... Okay, I'm sorry, guys. This is the actual incident report that they had. Huh. All right. He was staggering side to side and swaying in a circular pattern while slurring his words. This idiot requested that he be transported from the property. He was given his trespass admonishment, and in an attempt to allow him to leave the scene without criminal intervention, Officer Cowan requested a cab in order to transport this idiot to his desired location. Well, that's very nice of you. As Blank was no longer on private property, Officer Cowan and I cleared the scene. Based on Mp's general demeanor, Officer Cowan and I expected a return call to the location. Officer Cowan and I stayed in the area. Wow. Oh, just ridiculous. Okay. All right. At 9:11:18, I'm sorry. Yeah, 9. What is that, guys? 9:18 p.m. He called 911. As Officer Cowan and I were driving back to location, I spoke to the cab driver, who we requested on Mp's behalf. The cab driver essentially told me that this asshole refused to enter the cab. As I was approaching the location, I saw this idiot in the middle of the street, staggering side to side, while two vehicles were traveling westbound past him from 15th Street, which is a main thoroughfare. Based on the totality of the events, this idiot was arrested for the above listed charge. No kidding. Okay. At that, what the fuck? He failed booking. Wow. What? He failed booking due to his disruptive and boisterous behavior. Huh? All right. And then what? What is this? Fuck. Idaho State Police voluntary consent form. DNA swab. They block out his name. December 4th. All right. More attachments. What do we got here? Oh, we got a picture of him. Oh, okay. Wow, look at this. They got a mug shot of him, a body shot. Fucking weird, guys. Weird. Looks like Brian's kind of now. Forget Brian's face, but that looks like his body. That looks like his body tone, doesn't it? Maybe a little heavier in the middle section, but looks kind of similar to his body stature. Just saying, it's weird. Okay, we got more pictures. Oh, okay. What the fuck? No. Different hair. Different hair. Plus, this guy's much older. All right, what else do we got? More pictures? Okay, yeah. That's definitely, yeah, different hair. Yeah, this is some totally other idiot who likes to confess to unalivings just because he talks stupid when he's drunk. Wow. All right, that was it. I thought that was going to be more of a beast, but oh, here we go. Moving on to Kaylee's Range Rover purchase. Well, this should be interesting. This is Supplement 75. We're going to do this one, guys, and see what this is about Kaylee's purchase. So, victim, Kaylee, of course. Witness 1, a 28-year-old person, Spokane Valley, Washington. Witness 2, Spokane Valley, Washington. Tollison. Okay, vehicle. Released to owner. All right, let's see what they're talking about with the Range Rover. Okay, let's go. Alrighty. On Wednesday, November 13th, 2022, Idaho State Police Detective Sergeant Senior Detective Gary Tolson was assigned by ISP Gideon Roberts to investigate the purchase of a 2015 Range Rover by one Miss Kaylee, from the Spokane Valley, Washington area. Detective Roberts sent me an email with the following. Kaylee purchased a silver 2015 Range Rover from dealership in Spokane Valley on 11/10/2022, just 13 days before this happened. According to her fucking mutt father, Steve G. Steve G, the fucking mutt. We'd like to have the salesman, unknown, interviewed for the details of the sale, i.e. cash or loan, who was with her, anything unusual. All right. I telephoned Washington State Patrol in Spokane, Washington, and asked for a law enforcement contact with Washington State Department of Motor Vehicle. I was given several telephone numbers. I made a telephone contact with who is She assisted me with registering in a DMV portal and then helped me add my request for the title history of that Range Rover. I received the Range Rover title information, which showed the vehicle being owned by a who lived in Spokane, Washington. The lien holder on the vehicle showed of Spokane, Washington. The previous owner to showed as this and that. Blank of Graham, Washington. Okay. A release of interest in the vehicle was signed by on 20. They block out the date. Come on. To Spokane Valley. All right. On December 8th, 2022, I sent an email to this person asking for him to help on the Range Rover Kaylee purchased in Spokane Valley. It was apparent that there was either a mistake, exactly, because, yeah, why doesn't she have the title in who owned the vehicle, or there was a delay while while it was being transferred from the auto dealer to Kaylee. That's true. That could have been a temporary tag. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so on December 12th now, 4 days later after this, I received an email for the Range Rover now showed purchased by Kaylee. Okay, on 11/10. That makes sense, from Spokane Valley. All right. Blank is listed on the sale documents representing of Spokane Valley. I telephoned this person and confirmed the purchase of the vehicle. Of Steve G, maybe, I don't know. Copies of the Washington and Idaho DMV entitled paperwork placed into evidence with Moscow Police Department. All right. Okay, so on Thursday, December 15th now, 3 days later, I drove to in Spokane Valley, Washington. I spoke to the salesman who sold the Range Rover to Kaylee. And this is who he is, date of birth 1994. Blank, he told me that Kaylee came to the car dealership twice to look at the Range Rover. The first time she showed up was with her two grandmothers. The second time she came was with her mother and her grandmother. Okay, blank told me he saw no drama or conflicts between Kaylee or her mother or grandmothers during the sale. Well, yeah, of course, why would there be? That makes sense. Now, okay, so here's my question, guys. Why are they so hot? Why is Idaho State Police so hot about Kaylee's Range Rover here? Okay, they got the title sorted out, right? But why are they going to this length why? Why are they so hot about this car? Well, that's what I'm asking myself right now. Why is Idaho State Police so hot about this car that she got? I don't know. It's interesting. Let's keep going. All right. So Kaylee bought this Range Rover for $24. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my God. Kaylee bought the Range Rover for $24,423. She put down $6,500 cash, and her put in $1,000 on a credit card, a total of $7,500 down payment. A copy of the advertisement offering the vehicle for $24,423 was placed in Moscow Police Department evidence by me. Okay, why? Okay. Again, we're wasting your time. So why are you placing an ad for the car in the evidence? What, showing she bought it? Oh my God. I don't know, guys. Sometime after Kaylee purchased the Range Rover, the check engine light came on. Oh, you're selling fucking lemons, you little shysters. You're selling fucking lemons, aren't you? Little fucking sneaks in Spokane, you little shits. She called and texted this guy to complain. Yeah, fucker. I spent $24,000 and the check engine light's coming on, asshole. He told her they would come get the car from her if the light did not go off. Okay. Oh my God. This rat explained to me that the light could come on for many reasons, but they were unable to figure this out. Well, that's nice, but yet you still sold it anyway, you fucking schnook. You fucking ass prick. Wow. Yeah, he forwarded me copies of the text messages between himself and Kaylee about the car problem. The text messages are also placed in Moscow Police Department evidence by me. Are they gonna... Hey, they should shut down their dealership for selling fucking bullshit cars. This is stupid. Yeah, dumb. Just dumb to me. unless they think the car was involved somehow in this. After the unalivings, blank blank contacted and wanted to return the Range Rover. Who? Steve G. the Mutt? Yeah. So Steve G. the Mutt wanted to return the Range Rover. Later, maybe not the Mutt. Maybe the mother. Let's see. Later, she contacted them and told them that her husband did not want to return the vehicle. Okay, so Steve G. reversed the decision. But it was her mom who wanted to sell it. Okay, you got to get that cash, right? Yeah, Steve G. Hey, Steve G., how much debt were you in before our Kaylee was unalived? I think the garden wants to know that answer. I'd like to know that answer. How much debt were you in? I also spoke with the finance manager, this person, who confirmed the price of the vehicle was $24,423. Right? He also confirmed that Kaylee, yes, did put down $6,500 in cash, and the grandmother, not the mutt, the grandmother, put down $1,000 on her credit card because Steve G. the Mutt was totally broke, and Steve G. the Mutt was in debt, and Steve G. the Mutt was still probably fighting with his estranged daughter because he didn't want his estranged daughter that nobody ever talks about to change her last name to her the partner that his ex-partner is with. Isn't that right, Mutt? You fucking mutt. Hey, Mutt, you don't escape this either, by the way. No, you don't. And maybe that FBI agent who came on real early in the case, who pegged you as being the suspect, maybe he wasn't so wrong. I don't know yet. Just saying. Kaylee put in her credit application that she made $3,200 a month as that. For that. And had been working for them for 5 months at the time. According to Kaylee was a first-time buyer, so her credit was good, and she received the car loan without having a co-signer. Okay, there you go. Makes sense. Makes sense. When blank blank was contacted, when contacted, blah, I don't know. We got some weird symbol in there. Contacted them. That's my fault. My fault, I think. Is that my fault? Yeah. No, is that on my screen? Yeah, that's on my screen. Duh, Master Nature. Master Nature, I really think I should be narrating your shit from now on because you get stupid and, anyway. Well, thanks, Tyrone. You didn't even bother to ask me about how Bing and I went last on Tuesday. Well, anyway, yeah, contacted them about returning the car, okay? The dealership put $1,000 back into Grandma's credit card. Then, when they found out the family was keeping the car, they took that $1,000 back out. Oh, my God. Wow. Blank blank saw nothing unusual during the sale. Yeah, so why are you... What's the point of this? Wasting time. This is a waste of fucking time, just like Moscow at the police department and all their shenanigans. Oh, my God. This is so dumb. Then, when they found out they took the gram back. Great. Saw nothing unusual about the sale. He told me he did try to sell Kaylee an extended warranty, but she smartly declined. Okay. He said the vehicle has a 3-month warranty by after sale. Blank is now waiting for the Rover to be turned to the family. Then it can be brought into the dealership to work on the check engine light problem. Okay. The case continues. Yeah. Well, that's true. She didn't have it very long, I guess. That makes sense. She didn't have the Range Rover very long for them to diagnose what was wrong and to fix it. So that makes sense, okay? But still, I think it's shady. You're selling cars off your lot that automatically the check engine light fucking comes on. I think that's some shady bullshit there. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, the case continues. Yeah, let's see what we got coming up. Fucking hell. Now we're on to 76, supplement 76. All right. What's this? This whole line is totally blanked out. Idaho State Police, 11/17, 4 days after the unalivings. We got Leslie Lehman on this one. And I think we're going to probably end it here and pick it up later. Let's see what we got. Okay, we got suspect number 2, white male, 22 years of age. Home address, Boise. Witness 1, unknown female. Okay, and then the narrative starts. All right, guys, we're going to leave it right there. We are on supplement 76, guys. 76. Okay, I love you all. What do you think of that? What do you think of those? All right, love you, babies. Let's keep. I'll be on here in a little bit. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I'm gonna get the next train going.